Hey guys, welcome to the 30th. That's right, the 30th edition of the Animated Girls Profile Confidential, I should say. And today, as you could see, in obviously have read in the title, we are looking at glitter from Kid Video. That's right. Now, recently, well, it's not recently, but I've known about Kid Video, just never really paid much attention to it until I saw Rob the Wonderful's review of it from several years ago. He had recently reposted his review of Kid Video on his YouTube page. So I watched it and got a little bit more information. I mean, I knew about Kid Video because every time I would play those ultimate cartoon intros from the 80s and all that, Kid Video would be one of them that would pop up. And it always intrigued me exactly what this was really about. And as I said in my cartoon Flashback HD, and even Rob said it best, it was the NBC answer to MTV. Basically, taking music videos that I guess you would have to have a certain cable package to back then to well, basically you would have to have a certain cable package to be able to see because you would have to have MTV to watch them. Or you would have to stay up real late and watch an hour or two syndicated block of those music videos. But this is where the character Glitter actually came from. Now, Glitter, and this is obviously a tradition with a lot of Dick animated shows, because yes, Dick Animation was Entertainment was behind Kid Video, along with Hayam Saban and Shuki Levy. Saban and Levy, the guys behind Power Rangers, or brought Power Rangers over. Excuse me. Um, they were behind a lot of the early to mid 80s to sometimes late 80s shows that were produced and distributed by Dick Entertainment. And Kid Video was one of them. Now, Glitter's role in the series basically was a bit of a sidekick, but she was actually she's actually a bit of a guide, if you will, for Kid Video. She's actually someone that kind of gives them information about certain things that are around the Flipside, because she lives there. So she gives them certain information that they need to know about what creatures they're going to encounter, what creatures they could befriend, stay away from, what's what's good to eat, what's not good to eat, things like that. And one of the unique things about Glitter that I think really you kind of get a kick out of, and I guess you get a laugh out of sometimes, is she has a unique superpower. True, it's only temporary, but it's a unique superpower. And I'm guessing depending on how much she has to and it only and I guess it only depends on how it and what I'm trying to say here is I guess it only depends. How do I put this? Her superpower is only temporary, and it depends on how long it lasts. And how long it lasts depends on how much she sneezes. That's right. She basically has to be around something that's going to cause her to sneeze. Whether it's like being around flour that could get into her nose, pepper, whatever. If she inhales enough of that to make her sneeze, even like little dust from wood and all that, or even flowers can cause it. Certain flowers, if she inhales just enough for a certain purpose, it'll be just enough to give her that temporary super strength. Like in one of the episodes of the second season, she I can't think of the episode's name because I haven't really watched Kid Video that much growing up or even trying to but now I'm trying to catch up a little bit on it. Uh, in the episode Master Blaster Brat, there's a scene where she has to. There's a scene where because all the adults in one city are reduced to babies, thanks to Master Blaster, who before this, along with the copycats, got reduced to being babies themselves, decided to do the same thing to everybody else. And unfortunately, two of the members of the Kid Video band, Carla and Wiz, got infected by this, and they got turned into babies. So, long story short, because of this, one of the people in charge that was turned into one of the people in charge of this town, and is actually one of the people responsible for making sure, I guess you could say, the gravity, is balanced out, has been turned into a baby. So basically, because of this, everything starts to float away. Gravity starts to become unbalanced, and everything, buildings and stuff, and even the toddlers themselves start to float away. So, getting to what I'm saying is, in one scene, in the scene, Glitter has to inhale. She actually goes right after it. She has to inhale. She takes the cap off and she inhales just enough pepper to where she has the super strength to pick up the top of a skyscraper that's coming off, that's floating away, and use it basically as, I guess you say, not as a bat but as a hammer to basically beat down the other buildings that are coming loose. So she uses this one building to basically hammer them back into the ground to keep them from floating away. She also uses this building sort of like a vacuum, if you will, to suck up all the babies, the toddlers, if you will, into it and then sit it back down onto the ground. And apparently she, I guess, off screen had enough super strength to tie all the babies down and all that as well. Or at least try to. But yeah, that's the one unique thing about the characters. I think a lot of fans actually got a kick out of was that she had the superpower to become super strong, but the only way she could do it was actually by sneezing, and I guess depending on how much she sneezed was how long her super strength lasted. So uh so yeah, that was basically her super strength. But again, with Glitter, but overall, Glitter's purpose in the series as well, like I was saying earlier, was she's a bit of a guide. Yeah, some people might say, "Oh, she's the sidekick and everything," but she's actually the one that in the intro came to the rescue of Kid Video. She came to the rescue, and she basically becomes not only the friend and the sidekick, I guess you could say, but she becomes like I said, their guide to the inhabitants and things around the inhabitants and the world that is Flipside. And like I said, the inhabitants that and the people, I guess you could say, the creatures, the people that inhabit the world of the Flipside. Now, excuse me. Now she does develop obviously a close friendship, a BFF, I guess you could say, friendship with Carla. So there's that, and that's really cool as well. That she's able to uh, develop this friendship with Carla. So she has another girl. So basically, Carla will have another girl to kind of communicate with and talk girl stuff with as well. Now, again, as I was mentioning earlier, and this is something that, as I was trying to mention earlier, actually, this is something that is common with Dick Entertainment back in the 80s, in the 90s, and even the early 2000s. Whenever they have a show that they distribute and release or even animate, help animate anyway. Um, the following season or so, the characters will always go through a change. In other words, they'll go through a makeover. They'll have a redesign, if you will. Now, the Kid Video Gang was no exception. The first season, some might say, looked a little offish because the characters didn't look exactly as the live action counterparts. You know, Ash and Kid maybe more so than Carla and Wiz. I mean, Wiz did look a little like it, but not so much. And Carla, of course, definitely a drastic change because she didn't look anything like she was in live action. And Glitter, well, she was kind of different as well. She had brown hair, her short brown hair, if you will, lipstick, and I think a little bit of eyeshadow. And she didn't look so so pixie-ish, if you will, so fairyish, if you will. But come the second season, she, along with the Kid Video Band, as well as the villains, the Master Blaster, and even somewhat the copycats, get a bit of a redesign, a bit of a makeover. I mean, Carla probably the most of all. Carla and Wiz probably the most of all. You know, because they started looking. Because basically, the purpose for the redesign in the second season for the characters, especially the Kid Video Band, was to make them look more so like their live action counterparts. I mean, like I said, I think in the flashback video on Kid Video, as well as I think in the redesign video I did, the intro was even changed up a bit to match the redesigns, the new look for the second season. So, so they got a redesign to basically closely resemble what they look like in real life. I mean, the Wiz character was trimmed down. Carla looked more like Carla. Had makeup now, a little bit of eyeshadow and lipstick. So, they had the redesigns that made them look more closer to what they were in real life. Uh, Glitter had a bit of a redesign as well. Her hair was longer. It got a little bit more blackish. Yeah, that's the thing. Her hair got longer and became a little bit more blackish in a way. I guess you could say it's still a little brown, but more brownish black, if you will, was the hair. And she looked more, as some people pointed out, more fairy-like, more pixie-like. So basically, she too got a redesign, and like I said, she one of the main changes was the color of her, was the length of her hair and the color of it. That was one of the biggest changes there. As some others I've read online have pointed out, she looked more fairyish, more pixie-ish than she did in the previous season. As a matter of fact, I don't think if she had any makeup. As a matter of fact, if she had any makeup, it was very light lipstick and very light eyeshadow because it looked like she didn't have any, unlike the first season. I even kidded about this, I think, in both my videos, in the cartoon flashback one, as well as the animation redesign one. It's like her and Carla kind of switched looks, if you will. Second season, first season, Carla has no makeup. Glitter does. Second season, Carla has makeup. Glitter has none. So I don't really know. I don't know why, but again, she had a little bit of makeup, and I kind of see in some of the videos that the Toolbot YouTube channel puts up, that I think she does have a little bit of it, but it's very light. It's very light. And obviously, her second season was more influenced by Olivia Newton-John's physical "Let's Get Physical" video than the first season. Well, both seasons, her design, the leg warmers, because that was the one thing a lot of people point out in the reviews, is she basically had a look very similar to Olivia Newton-John's workout outfit in Let's Get Physical. Basically the whole workout, look and everything, 80s workout look with the leg warmers and everything. So she had that look. And she incorporated that into both seasons. Like I said, the only change, though, physically for her, redesign wise, was according to people, she looked more pixie-ish and more fairy-like. But another thing was she had less makeup, if she had any, and her hair was longer and a little bit, and basically was recolored, was basically given a recoloring into from brown to black. That's what it was. So overall, though, Glitter is a very unique character when it came to the Kid Video franchise or the Kid Video series. Because, like I said, she was basically the guide uh, to everything around them. She would give them advice about, what, like I said, what to look out for, what was good, what was not good, who they could trust, who they could not trust. So that was always a unique perspective. So I guess that was always a unique perspective about Glitter was she was basically like that, that guide that kept them on the right path in the flip side so they wouldn't run off the wrong path. I mean, even in the Master Brat video, she does a collect call to Kid and Ash to remind them to basically remind them about who they're about to encounter, and that who they're about to encounter is not a very nice person, and that her magic is guarded by griffins. So, even by doing a collect call, she, goes out of her way to let them know what's going on. And like I said, she's also the kind that takes them to where they have to go. If they get like clues and hints of, oh, you got to go to this place to talk to that person, or go to this area to find this, she knows exactly where to go and who they're talking about, and she leads them there. She helps them. So that's the that's the uniqueness about Glitter. So overall, though, I guess that's all I can really say about Glitter. Again, she's a very unique character in the Kid Video series. Like I say, she's basically the guide, and she's the BFF, I guess you could say, of Carlos. So overall, it's just a unique character that if you've not seen Kid Video yet, it's a pop culture. It's basically, I guess you could say, not a huge part, but I guess you could say a decent part of 80s pop culture, as well as 80s Saturday morning cartoons. So if you want to check it out, go ahead. You can find most of the episodes edited. I can almost You can find most of the episodes, like I said, edited on the Toolbot YouTube channel. And what I mean by edited is apparently they cut away during certain spots where a music video will come in, and either they just put the title of what the music video was going to be and who it was, who the artist was, or they'll just cut away to go to the next part. So if you want to check out Kid Video, check them out on the Toolbot YouTube channel, and you'll probably get more of an idea of who Glitter is, as well as go to the Kid Video Flipside website, which you can Google. Just Google Kid Video into your Google search or your Bing search, and one of the first things that should come up is Kid Video's Flipside website, which is, I think, kv-flipside.com, so, or .org, one of them. So that's all I'm going to say right now on Glitter. Again, if you want to know more about her, go to the Kid Video Flipside website. Check out Toolbot's YouTube channel to see the videos about her. Someone even posted a sort of a compilation of her super strength scenes in Kid Video. So check that out if you want to. And really, that's all I'm going to say. Thank you again, guys.